all forgotten that.
Oh, a little screen thing.
Yeah, like so you can read behind you. Oh, are we live?
Hey, welcome to the Dope and Tape Show. Bobby didn't put up his fingers.
I did do my fingers, but you were doing.
Bobby will put up his fingers.
I did.
To do the
I
intro.
did. You were looking down. You were doing your take two.
Say, hey, Brian, pay attention. I'm like a bird dog, man.
I think I did.
If you don't have my
Chris
attention.
and Chris can confirm. No,
I'm not.
Dads. Come
we
on,
got
dads.
it right.
Don't fight.
Let's
Don't
go,
fight, okay?
baby. Everybody, welcome. Thank you for joining the Dope and Tape Show. We are live on YouTube and Twitch. We got Chris and Chris, the Fire Sprinkler Podcast host, and we got BC the Sprink. If you want to find him on them on Instagram. Thanks for joining.
Drink it like this, like.
Oh yeah. Up, I hung mine up. I got mine just fucking right here, just propped. Nice. I did a little action in the background. Don't forget to hit the like button. Subscribe button always helps. I think that a lot of people don't subscribe because they don't have a YouTube account.
Yeah, they got to have like a Google or not Google. Yeah, Google. Even with like a Google login, you can do that stuff.
Teague says crack a cold one. I think we did. What up, bros? Fiore.
So I have a couple of questions.
All right, let's do it.
I got two of them.
Just getting right into it, eh?
Yeah, man, right into it. Well, we only have an hour, man, and we got you guys on here. I'm super excited. So, number one thing, I've been quoting a lot of sprinkler jobs, add, relocate, new construction, tenant finish, and all that stuff. And I'm kind of doing like a basic layout. Like I get a ruler, I go down there, I add my heads,
Okay.
And I kind of think about like how many 90s I will have, how many T's will I have, will it reduce down the piping, blah, blah, blah. If there's any, as guys in the field, an engineer and all that stuff, is there any tips that you would give someone like me quoting jobs, drawing on, putting in with the ruler and the little red marker and putting all the little sprinkler heads on there for me to quote it? Is there any like was it six something off the wall and then there's all these other things? For example, there was a space that was about 1,300, 1,700 square feet, so it's very small.
Okay.
And then they have 19 heads up at the deck, which the deck is about, I want to say about maybe 20 feet in the air. So they're going to do a drop ceiling, right? So I do add, relocate 19. So I got 19 because those are moving. They're going to do storage. So then I add 2 for storage, and then I double it to 25. Well, not double it, but I add some for 25 for time. And then, just in case I miss something, and then boom, I got my quote. Send it.
So it had a drop ceiling, and then they were going to storage.
They're just doing like a little small room for storage. Like
okay,
I want to say it's like
all right.
14
not
by
like you're not talking
like 20 feet.
Storage.
No. Yeah, it's like 14 by 20 feet above an office.
Okay. So the first thing I think about when you mention that is you said 19 sprinklers, which is there's probably 20 or 18 because there'd be probably 2 rows of sprinklers, even numbers on each line. Unless it was in a regular sized room. But what are you putting in as your like sort of safety factor at the end? Like when you put your budget together, you pick off your material, you think you got a good idea of your material pickoffs and stuff like that. Are you adding like a 10 or 15% error?
Yeah, I mean I have percentage, for I always like add 4 heads, like just in case.
Okay. Yeah.
So that 4 heads could be it's a small buffer, but there is that.
So like a little safety.
Yeah. So if there's like the last days of Friday and they're like, it's 1 o'clock, let's get out of here, boys. There's Modelo's in the van. Let's go.
What's up, Chad?
I can handle that. Or if I
Four,
send
a four-head
a
buffer. I like
technician out
that.
there to meet a fire alarm, like a fire marshal, and the fire marshal doesn't make it, and you have to send them back again. Like, I I think like 4 or 5 extra heads, kind of add me a little buffer.
That seems like a good
Just
buffer.
Yes
You
and
can
no.
always throw him in the head box too. That's
V
the one.
Biggs. V Biggs
Yeah.
been messing up at work lately, but he's bouncing back. How we doing? We're doing good. What are you messing up at work, bro?
Hey, Brian, when you're doing this, are you doing I won't say an engineer review, but a design review, commodity classification, that kind of thing when you're bidding your jobs, or are
I
you just saying
am.
like it's
Yeah.
storage? Because like once you get into plastic, if it's like a group A plastic stored over 5 feet, it's considered high piled storage. When you get into other commodities stored over 8 feet, 10 feet, 12 feet, whatever that threshold is, and I can't recall because there's different thresholds, you get into what's called like high piled storage, and you need larger orifice sprinklers and stuff like that. You're limited to 100 square feet per sprinkler. It's got to be like a CMSA, ESFR, et cetera, et cetera. Are you taking all that stuff into consideration? Because that's the stuff that can really bite you in the ass. The other things,
man.
the things that recently just bit me is the standard that your local AHJ is using as well. So in Ontario, I know you got a lot of people in Ontario listening. We use the 2013 edition.
853.
Well, that's right. You can have AHJs are not just building departments and fire departments; they're also the insurance groups, right? So when I submit my drawings, we submit to NFPA 2013. When the insurance company reviews it, they want 2022 because obviously it's the latest and greatest. So I went from a storage facility that was 0.93 density. I had to up it to 2.43 because it was Group A plastics in a 40-foot building. I actually had to go to FM because NFPA took the storage commodity out of the standard. So I would say the most important thing if you're pricing work, the only reason I'm saying storage, I know it sounds like it's just a small storage room, but especially when it comes to storage, is make sure that you're nailing down the commodity classification. And there's a lot of little small online classes and stuff like that that you can take just to make sure that you're really protecting the commodity properly. As little as that sounds, it's just lines and
like the
circles.
type of hazard,
No,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're the type of hazard that you're protecting: light hazard, ordinary hazard, Group A plastic stored to 40 feet. You know what I mean? Like all of that stuff matters. You got sweaters and shit too. Man.
Nice hoodie with the two-tone hood.
Brian, you would know this. He didn't know earlier. What's the website?
Which one?
You don't know.
To buy your hats.
Oh, you have to go to Bobby's. You have to go to his Instagram and go by the link tree.
Yeah, link tree. Look at dope slash. Is it a dash? Dope dash and dash tape dot myspreadshop.com and get yourself a hoodie. Holla back.
It rolls off the.
So I have some relationships. This is this is usually how it goes. So a GC will contact me. Hey, I got a job. Are you interested in bidding on it? And I'll say, what is it? Where is it? How many other guys you got bidding? Like what's the deal? What are you trying to do? Just get straight into business. And I hit them with the questions that typically they don't want to answer, And then I'll be like, all right, I'll go look at it. So I'll go over there, and then I have drawings, but it's only like the full build out drawings. So I see where they're moving walls and they're adding things, but it's not. There's no fire protection design or drawings or anything like that. So I have to consider all that.
Yep, that's typical for us. Is in my area, anyways, 90% of the stuff is design build. So
Chris, your birthday?
Yeah. Today's your birthday?
Yeah.
Oh,
dude,
man. How old are you?
Happy birthday, man.
32.
Thanks,
32.
Happy
Dude,
birthday.
You don't look a day over 40. That's
happy
good,
birthday.
Man.
Thank you for coming and hanging out with us.
Chris, you were about to answer as if your birthday's near.
My birthday was on Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
Tuesday.
Yeah, we had talked about coming on and doing the podcast. Like I had scheduled, I think it was on the calendar where I was going to come on the podcast with you guys. And then I think you guys had Arco on, which was cool. I got bumped. I get it. Yeah.
Dude, Bobby was freaking out on that episode.
Yeah, my bad.
Look at
I was
this. Look
fucking
at this.
I
Hey,
was
check
fucking
this out.
excited, man. I was excited. I was like, Brian, shut up. Look at this one.
We got to do another show.
I'll just shut
Don't
up.
give him anything to
I'll just
open.
hold stuff, right? And I won't fucking say anything. Happy birthday, Peckerwood. Sneed. Damn, Sneed,
Sneed's
like,
on. Wow.
Sneed's been gone for a while. Carlos, good evening. Chad says
Look at
merch,
us
fire.
debating and
Ryan,
stuff on
merch.
projects. It's
High
so
vis so
easy
I can
to
look
get
union.
I miss so I could like Union.
Oh,
Jeez,
that's
like,
fucking good. I
I think
think I
it's
got a
easier to
plan,
get screwed on fire alarm projects than it is on sprinkler,
but
though.
the journeyman thinks otherwise.
no,
Hey,
You don't
Brian,
think
I got
so?
a
I don't think
question.
so. No.
Brian, I got a question. Are
Yeah.
you allowed to walk this job right now? Have you guys already won it, or are you still bidding it?
So if it's typically I walk everything I bid on.
Okay. I was gonna say do it
Well,
old
I
school
say
and just
that,
bring a laser in there.
Well, I mean the example that I just gave, that space,
Yeah.
I didn't walk it, but then my boss he texted me. He's like, "Did you walk the space?" I was like, "I will tomorrow morning." So I just told him add relocate 25 heads. But then he was like, "Well, I want to know if piping is reduced. I want to know this and
Yep.
this." And I was like, "All right, you're right. I gotta."
Because I mean,
I'll go
you
walk
can make it really easy, man. Because you said how many heads? 20 heads max, maybe.
Well, it's like 19. You add relocate 19. You come down to the drop ceiling, and then you add 2 for the storage. Because the storage is only like, I want to say, I think it's like 10 by 15. So
And they're
add 2 for
already
the
independent.
storage,
They're already
and then
independent position.
add 4. No, there's nothing. There's this upright. It's an empty space.
What are they, half
Dude,
inch
I would
outlets
just
up
buy-
there?
Yeah, I was just gonna say either drill saddles or running off those outlets and just arm over drop.
Probably
arm
gonna be
over
half
drop.
inch outlets up there. You gotta
Well,
toss
here's the
on some
thing.
California elbows, kid.
Well, here's another thing too. This is the
Illegal.
reason why. This is the reason why I doubled it too, is because, well, I say double it, but I added some because I might have to leave the existing heads because the space, it's about 20 feet up in the air, but they're doing a drop ceiling down to like, I want to say like 12-foot ceilings.
Ooh,
Yeah,
what
but
is
is there
wood
anything-
structure?
Is there anything?
Space.
Is it wood? If it's not wood, it's not combustible. You don't need those heads.
That was my question. Is it wood?
No, it's all concrete. It's a high rise.
You
It's just like a
pull the
retail
heads,
space.
pull the heads and plug them. You don't need above coverage.
You need half by 1 increaser elbows.
No, you don't need that, Bobby. Just like you say you need 009. You don't need that.
Can I just pipe in here?
Yeah.
Yes.
What's you got?
It's a pet peeve of mine, and it has been for a number of years. But the term head in this industry is so goddamn overused. Head is not a technical term. It's a sprinkler.
Sprinkler head.
All
It ain't
right,
a
cool
fucking
guy.
sprinkler. It ain't a sprinkler
It's a
head. It
fucking
ain't. You will
sprinkler
never
head.
find
It's like
the
the
term
pipe-
head or sprinkler
pipe is-
head in
The
any
pipe
data
is the
sheet.
body.
Oh, so we
The
want to call it
pipe-
sprinkler.
The pipe is the body, and the sprinkler is your head. Chris.
Okay, guys, thanks for having me. This has been really fun.
Well, see, you gotta also remember, like, Chris is extremely technical in everything, and
It's,
it's like
love
all
it.
so there was a guy I was on a technical committee a number of years ago, and I made friends with a guy who said it to me because I used to I came in there as a fitter, and I was like, oh, you gotta how many heads, blah 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 blah, just talking shit
8
like
heads
that,
a
and he was
day,
like, hey man,
12 heads a day.
just so you know, the term head is not in any technical data sheet, in any specification, in anything. Head you will not find in NFPA. It's a sprinkler. And I was like,
Actually,
Damn.
are you sure?
flex head is in NFPA if you want to be technical.
Flex head is not an NFPA. They don't use
Totally is.
No.
I'm looking at it.
You so
Fuck you.
familiar,
What's the
currently
reference? Give me a
generic to-
reference.
Give me the
We're
code.
gonna fist fight. What's
Good
your
code.
reference?
Let's see. Dropping the
Hey,
news.
fuck,
Yeah,
I
it's
got a
good.
pet
Good to
peeve
see
as
you
well.
too, Sneed.
When they say
Happy birthday.
drip drum,
Drum
Drum
drip.
drip.
Drum
I
drip.
just
Drum
leave it
drip.
alone. I don't correct them, but man, it bothers me.
What do you want to
Auxiliary
call
drain?
it?
Drum drip,
Drum drip.
Oh yeah, drum drip.
or they call
Oh,
it drip drum. I'm
Drip
like,
drum?
all right, whatever, bro.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
reading it the wrong way. Sorry,
What in
boys. Slow
country are they
service.
saying that at?
Richard. Floating ceilings or smooth? Continuous. Good call, Chris. Hey, he is very technical. Jennifer.
Who?
Actually, Chris is right. Everything that says head just says overhead in the code
Over.
book.
Ah.
All right. All right, man. See, that's why I don't even know why I picked that fight with him.
You had me fucking nervous, man.
I-
You had
yeah,
me
I
nervous.
Yeah,
know
I
why
don't know if
I
I
picked that
could
fight
I
with
could
him.
pick a fight with on code.
I was nervous. I am not. No. Listen, there's a
Like, show me.
1,000 guys smarter than me out there. I was pulling up NFPA
Oh
links so I
shit!
could.
I don't know
source
everything.
Oh god.
Open head deluge system.
Oh, open head.
26416.
Foreman Teague, what
It
up?
doesn't say open sprinkler.
That's right.
We weren't saying sprinkler. We just said
That is
head.
true. I know that spot. Yeah.
Did
You
he
know what?
find it?
That
Should
is
we give him it?
I got a call with Matt Klaus next week. It'll be changed next
Oh,
year.
you do?
Don't
Next-
worry.
next
Don't
year.
worry. I have a call with NFPA next week. It will be changed. I guarantee you.
Do you see it?
Head,
Yep.
an
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
open
Oh, I
head.
see
Wow,
it.
you're holding that perfect. You're fucking
I
good
see
at
it.
this.
Yeah,
Oh,
but see,
see
if Matthew changes it, it's going to be in gray.
Chad
So it'll
Lewis.
still be there.
What brand gloves do you
Grandfather Claus.
use? They are Glove Works off. I got them from my buddy Jeff at Amazon.
Don't
They're
you
on my
usually
they're
put
on my
the
link
chats
tree.
up here?
Are you talking about the orange gloves?
The chat? I got the
Yeah.
The
chat.
orange gloves are
I
the
don't
best.
see the chat. How come I
What?
can't see the chat?
Well, I don't think I can put it on Zoom, can I?
I don't know. I thought it was before.
I don't know.
No, you
Oh.
gotta be on. You gotta be like on YouTube or go on YouTube on your thing, and then you'll be able to read it. It will just probably be a little bit delayed.
This your checkout has been all pinwheels here for about 5 minutes. I'm trying to dump a bunch of money on you guys, and it's all pinwheels.
You're freezing it up, man. It's
Dude, get
'cause-
the duffel
it's 'cause
bag.
you're
Yeah,
up
the
the-
duffel
check
bag.
your Wi-Fi.
It's because you're up there in
Get the duffel
Canada,
bag.
eh? Get this
Yeah.
logo. So
It's Canadian Wi-Fi.
yeah, it's like Canadian Wi-Fi.
Get the
So
duffel
I
bag.
got.
Worth
All right,
it.
my second question.
Okay.
This is my theory on keeping field guys, like keeping employees with your company.
Okay.
I don't think with the guys, of course there's gonna be some outliers, but I'm talking about mainly like the go-getters, like the guys that we're sharing stories with every day. Like, I really think you do not have to pay them more and they're not money driven, but if you give them the opportunity to go to school or to learn new things, and then you continue to challenge them and make it where there's no limits, but to keep them challenged with projects, I think they'll be happier.
Giving the opportunity to train your guys, I think, is big. Obviously, money talks 1,000% of the time.
Oh yeah,
But investing in guys is also, I think, huge, and I think it's one of the biggest downfalls of the industry as well. There's a lot of opportunity out there for training. And when apprentices first get their ticket, it's usually 5, 6, 7, 8 years until they're like, oh shit, I don't know it all. And that's a big hurdle to overcome when you finish your apprenticeship and it's a grind and you're working your ass off and you finish trade school and all that stuff. And then all of a sudden you don't know it all, right? That's when you realize, like, okay, I got 80% or 85 or 90% on the CFQ or whatever your local exam is. And then when you get out in the field and you realize, oh shit, there's a whole plethora of stuff in this industry that I don't know about. And there's stuff that I learn about all the time, right? That's why I love this trade, is because stuff changes every 3 years. There's always something to learn about.
Thanks, Danny.
no, I absolutely agree. But like, I would skip if my boss was like, I was out in the field doing hourly. Hey, you can get $3 more an hour, or you can stay where you are for another 2 years, but we'll send you to like a big fire department school.
Saying $3 ain't shit an hour. Stay in school, you'll learn more in those 3 years than now you can get $10 an hour.
How are they not going to trade school though? That's what's confusing me.
No, there's no trade school with private companies.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and,
see.
and also apprenticeships are very hard too, because basically, they're investing money into the person, and the person's not staying. There's no really incentive to stay.
On the fitter, you have to
some-
hope that the fitter's going to teach you. You have to hope to get with a fitter that's
There's
going to
that
teach you,
too.
because there's
Yeah,
some
but
guys
there's
that say like, "Oh, that's not my job."
But there's no school.
Right.
It's the
So
old fitters. The old fitters don't like teaching youngsters.
Teach
what it
them.
I
is.
disagree. I disagree with you wholeheartedly. I think a lot of the old fitters do want to, but the problem is you get the young guys in here that are cocky and arrogant and think that the old fitters aren't going to teach them shit. That's what
Yeah.
happens, I would say. I mean,
Most of the
realistically,
time.
70% of the time is you
Yeah.
get a
Yeah.
guy who's like, "Oh, let me show you how to do something." The guy's like, "I've been doing this since before you were born."
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
don't,
The
Yeah,
sit
apprentice
so
is
down and
like
let me
so
show
then
you
so
how to
then they
Pompeii.
not
don't
break your
teach them
back.
anything. Yeah. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, like attitude is everything in this industry. Like
It,
I like to think
it's
I'm
his
not
B day.
old,
He gets a pass.
but I don't think it's I wholeheartedly think that you will never be, the smartest people in this industry are still continuing to learn and push and drive, right? And having
Yep.
that mentality that you don't know it all in fire protection is a huge benefit for everybody from a design side, engineering, installation, even for project management and bidding. Like just because you're not physically on the tools or you're not designing the systems, the fact that you should be able to talk sprinkler with anybody out there in your business. You should be able to, well, actually, the way I did it like this is because it says in NFPA that we can blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? It's not just a matter of, lines and circles on a piece of paper. What do
Ryan
those lines and
Whitley.
circles mean?
Ryan Whitley says, "Don't be a yeah apprentice. Just take info from everyone." That's it, man.
That's right.
Every foreman,
Absolutely.
every fitter could be able to teach you something different, and something that I think is that you need to memorize the quirks. Maybe you work with Brian one week and he likes to do certain things this way, and then you go and work with Chris the next week. When you go back with Brian, you got to go back to doing it the way Brian likes to do it, because there's
Yeah,
all
but
these different ways
that's
to do it.
dude, that's the part that would suck too. You get an apprentice and you're like, oh, go do this. Oh well, he told the other
No,
foreman told me to do it this way, and it's all
Brian
like,
does it
dude,
like
just
this.
listen. Yeah,
Yeah.
Brian does it like this, so it's like, yeah, but
I look
pick
around.
up,
I
pick
look around. And I say,
pick
"Oh,"
everyone's
I say,
pick
"Wait,
everyone's brains.
where's Brian? Is Brian here? Oh,
Yeah,
Brian's not fucking
that's
here,
the
is he?"
thing. If you've been with
Here's
like
another thing,
four or
guys.
five foremen, pick all their brains and see
Yeah.
what you like and use
Absolutely.
it that way. You don't have to do it only one way.
The best green fitters are an accumulation of all of the fitters that they've ever worked with, right? You
Exactly.
I've
take
learned
two
so
or
much
three
from all the
things.
people.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Pick
And
everyone's
while we're
brains.
on
Don't just do one thing.
apprentices, guys, do not wait for the company to pay for your certifications. Invest in yourself and go get it.
So, all right, Chris,
People pay themselves for college.
are you
We do
union, Chris?
NICET.
Am I?
Yeah.
I'll be taking NICET 1 actually, I think next month.
Are you union or non-union?
Non-union.
Non-union. Okay, so I think there's like a 50-50 split between the two.
I was union in California, but when I moved to
Okay.
Vegas, they had a bunch of guys on the books, so I was all like, forget it, I'm done.
Mhm.
I need to work.
Right.
I understand that.
With the union, like I'm a union journeyman. I'm a Red Seal endorsed in Ontario, so Canada, I guess. But if you're in a UA apprenticeship, you have to complete. If you defer, don't go to trade school, stuff like that, you're gone. You're not in the trade anymore.
Yeah.
You can't be a first year apprentice your entire life because there are guys that will do that. Just
hang
on that.
on. Some of them,
Yeah.
and you get a 7, 8, 9, 10 year, still an apprentice.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. You can make big bucks. Like, you just got to submit your paperwork and
You have to move
pay
on.
attention. Yeah.
You have
Like
to
why
take an incentive for yourself.
for us, it's 50% of journeyman's rate. So if you're a first year apprentice, you're making 50% of your journeyman, right?
Yeah.
Like that's, it's still 25, 26 bucks an hour, potentially, depending on where you are. But like, why not get that 50 bucks, 60 bucks an hour, whatever it is in your area, 45, 39, whatever it is in your area. Get that money.
Get
You're
it as high as
working.
you can get it. Did any of you guys see that fire hose cabinet that I posted today?
No, I just got off work like
We
an
had to
hour ago.
relocate a standpipe because it was within 18 inches of the opening side of the door. The door could open, it was off to the side, but it's 18 inches within the door. So we moved the standpipe. So now the cabinet is right there, and the cabinet, it's a 10-inch cabinet and a 6-inch wall, and it's got insulation on it. So maybe it's like 11 inches of cabinet, and it sticks into the room like maybe 5 inches right against the door, and they're not allowing it because it's within the 18 inches of the door. It's I never knew about that 18-inch rule where you can't have
You guys
18
want to?
inches on the
You guys,
opening side of the door.
you want to see something I seen yesterday? So this place I'm working at, they're having an expansion, and they're keeping the old system, but on the opposite side, they're adding a separate system. Look at what they're doing to the old system.
They're just gonna leave it in there.
Yeah, I guess
Screw it.
they're just going to leave it in there. I mean, it's terrible, man. Look at the flow switch. It's going to be inside the stud.
So
Is that gonna be pressurized?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
that's
With the fire
inaccessible.
pump
What?
on it.
Well,
Yeah,
the fire,
look
fire
at
pump
the
doesn't
OS
mean
and
shit.
Y.
But
We lost you. Oh, there you are.
Can you imagine doing service and then
Look at
like
that OS and Y.
not knowing about it?
That stud wall looks
Insane.
strong. That seems fucking
Insane.
crazy. I mean, that's just like they could pay you for 8 hours to just demo all that and cap it.
Yeah.
they know
And this is
that's a
gonna be-
bad idea, right? Like they know that that's just a really
I
bad
talked to
idea.
them about it, and they were just like, "Oh yeah, we know. We're gonna fix it. They're gonna put a door there." I'm like, "You can't put a door there. It's sticking
R-
out."
No, they're not.
RSE. Shout out to Patrick Smith, RSE.
Oh, Patrick, he's out of what's far east?
Patrick Smith, Red Steel Endorsed, that's Canada. Patrick Smith, he's an Ontario boy.
Yeah, he's in Ontario. Good guy.
Yeah.
Sneed's shouting him out.
Yeah, great guy. Really smart.
Yeah, he's a smart guy. Yep.
Yeah, I was
I've
super
talked to him a
excited
couple times.
opening all those boxes.
Yeah, he works in the same union as Wayne. Wayne, that's always on here.
853,
Same
baby. Kingston.
What's up? Ontario. Ontario, not
So
just
what's
Kingston.
going
No,
on
no,
with
Sneed,
Canada?
no,
It sounds like I need to
Sneed's
go.
talking Patrick Smith, RSE is in Kingston.
Oh, I'm not seeing those chats. I'm just seeing the YouTube ones. I'm like,
Oh,
what am I
those
missing?
ones are on Twitch. Chris.
Yeah, he's on Twitch.
Dude,
We got 4 on Twitch
shit.
and 12 on YouTube.
So
Holla
can you
back.
tell us a little bit
Hit-
more about the ion heads and all that stuff? Like what's going on? We're talking about your last
Yeah,
episode.
so
Hit the like button.
I had a bunch of videos on that, like that. Well, I had two. That's not a bunch. But yeah, so
Super
when I
dude.
was down in Austin, Texas at the NFSA conference, which was an awesome time. Reliable released a new the LB11, which is a horizontal sidewall that's listed for lithium battery manufacturing. I put manufacturing and storage because it's kind of a storage component during the manufacturing process. I had a couple people tell me that that's not right, but you know, they don't have a podcast, so they can name, you know, when they come out with a podcast, they can call it whatever they want.
Right.
You know,
I love it.
whatever. So
Oh,
if you
shit.
if you go on YouTube and go to firesprinklerpodcast.com, you can find like a 15-minute conversation where I talk with one of the developers of the sprinkler, Phil Friday from Reliable. He was one of the lead engineers in developing the sprinkler. And then you can also see a video of the UL testing. And if I recall correctly, this is the first time during UL testing that a fire suppression system has reached, I'm pretty sure it's called cold out, which is where a lithium battery has thermal runaway, which is where it, the shit hits the fan, for lack of a better term, and they get complete extinguishment. Normally, the idea is when they were developing it was to get containment and to prevent it from spreading to the other batteries within the racking, but they were able to actually get extinguishment on the sprinkler, and it's insane. It's a really, really cool video to see them light a lithium ion battery on fire, which is nothing I have ever considered doing, just knowing how they react. It's not something I'd be like, let's go light a battery on fire.
Crazy.
So when they did, my wife just brought me a drink. She's the best. You don't want to come say hi? You don't want to come say hi?
That's great.
Okay, bye.
That's great.
Yeah, so it's an amazing product. It's kind of just the start for, I think, what's going to come out with fire in regards to fire protection and lithium ion storage and manufacturing. But it was really cool. They launched the product on Wednesday. I recorded with them on Thursday, and they just kind of go ahead, release your episode on Sunday, and then we'll start really pushing stuff. So it was really cool. They kind of let me, I won't say they let me launch the product, but I got to be the first kick at the can as far as promoting the product's concerned, and it
Yeah,
was cool.
Yeah.
I listened. That was pretty cool. At the you were right in there. You could hear the impact guns in the background.
Yeah.
People were
So
setting
that was okay. So maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was Tuesday. I can't remember what day it was. Tuesday, Wednesday. Anyways, whatever day we recorded, they were still in the setup of the expo. So, I mean, the joys of walking around these fire protection conventions with a camera is nobody really tells you no.
Yeah,
So,
that's great.
yeah, when I was in Dubai in January, I bought a safety vest, and I was able to freely stroll through the second largest fire protection and security convention in the world.
Because of the vest?
Security
Do you
convention.
think the vest helped?
It was the only thing that got me in there. I had a vest on. Why are they like,
Well, why would they question that?
yeah,
Shit.
this guy's obviously here to do something.
Should I bring a safety should I bring a safety vest to Orlando?
Always have a safety vest.
For real?
For sure. Like, you never know what's gonna happen. We figure we'll find some
Keep
stuff.
in your,
We'll
keep
get
in your
ourselves
back
some-
pocket.
I'll bring a helmet. I'll pull the whole part. Just walk right in. I'll bring a ladder down, check a 6-footer.
If we
Fucking
okay.
carry that ladder in, kid. No one's stopping you.
If I can find a cool job site to get us on in Orlando, which I've been to some really cool sites.
We got a guy right in the chat right now that might be able to. What do you think, Sneed?
He's
Some
near
Florida
Orlando?
boy?
Let me know,
Yeah,
dog.
he's near Orlando.
He's in Orlando. Yeah, it almost worked out
We'll
perfect.
keep you guys on.
It almost worked out perfect so I could go say hi to him on a job, but I had the kids and the wife, and it just time got away from us.
Yeah, I went to Florida a number of years ago. It was probably 3 or 4 years ago. My kids were still little, and I've got friends in the industry all over North America, the world now, but North America mainly. And I ended up going to work today for a day with a friend. I won't say the location because
Yeah, it's not needed.
I can't. But yeah, I saw some really, really, really cool job sites on some pretty, the kind where you wave to security as you're going through and hope they don't realize that you've never been in a service truck before going into a job site.
Yeah.
Right? Like as soon as the guy's like,
cool.
never seen you before, right? You're screwed. But yeah, it was cool. A lot of cool opportunities.
Sneed, we're going to the AFSA convention September 6th to the 10th. September 6th to the 9th or something of the sort. 6th to the 10th.
Yeah, I told my work about it, and they're awesome. They're like, any way we can support you. We love what you're doing. Like nothing but just
open tab at a bar. What?
Yeah.
Open tab at the bar.
Meet and greet. Meet and greet, baby.
Yeah, the meet and greet would be cool. That'd be awesome.
So I'm working. I've had a couple conversations with a couple people about that. We are going to do that at the AFSA. So if anybody's going to be at the AFSA Expo down in Orlando, I'm working on setting up a meet and greet that that possibly one of the manufacturers is going to help us out with and have either drink tickets or something like that. So stay tuned. Nothing's confirmed yet, but we are going to do a meet and greet. Sounds like in Orlando, Florida, which is weird. I don't know why anybody would want to meet us meatheads, but they do. So it's cool.
Dude,
Let's
it's
go,
guys, man. You got to meet everybody.
I mean, in all honesty, the meet and greet is kind of for us as well. I mean, we're gonna fucking meet. We're meeting.
I like to. I don't know if it's obvious or not, but I like talking sprinkler.
Yeah.
Dude, I told my wife
day.
several times since I started this podcast. I was like, I have all these new friends, and none of these friends are near me. Like they're all over the place.
Fucking all over the place.
I had to get on a plane to go hang out with my friends
near
now.
you, Brian. I know 2 sprinkler guys near you.
Yeah, I mean, like majority of all my friends.
Hook us up. Follow him. Atlanta Fire Protection.
Guys,
if you're from Atlanta.
Or yeah, really the ones that hang out are sprinkler guys. And then I have one friend who's a maintenance director of a high rise that, obviously I got a good relationship with him through fire sprinkler stuff. And then, my wife she has friends, and then I'm always like, what does her husband do? Is he in a trade? He was like, yeah, he's in a trade. He does this. I was like, okay, well, he's cool. We can go. We can do a dope.
Thank you for joining the Dope and Tape Show. There's 15 of you guys on YouTube. We appreciate you. If you could hit the like button or subscribe. We have Chris from the Fire Sprinkler Podcast here. You could also hit the like button and subscribe to his videos. He's on YouTube and Spotify. This is Chris, BC, the Sprink. You guys all know, but if you're just getting here, we're talking sprinklers. That's what we like to do. Thanks for being here with us. If you want any of this Dope and Tape merch, you can go on my Instagram and hit the link tree and find the link because I don't fucking know it. The Dope and Tape Show. It's got dashes and slashes, so.
So it's
Richie,
kinda,
what up?
I never mentioned this on air before.
Uh-oh.
Both of y'all can weigh in on this. Me and Bobby's, I've said it almost every phone call.
Sneed wants to join for
I've been
5
thinking
minutes.
about it. And then so in September, we were talking about September, and we're gonna do tons of coverage of this convention. A lot, but see,
Come Sneed.
before September, that's never happened. Like you have all these other conventions, like let's say the hunting convention or gun convention. You can go on YouTube and learn about everything.
They got boat conventions and car conventions and all these.
Yeah,
live coverage.
You know everything. September will be the first time in our industry where our community gets coverage.
Let's do it, baby.
And it's I talked to someone who I respect, and he said that the industry might not be ready for that because the age gaps, like majority of the fire protection
Dope and Tape
older,
community,
like,
let's go from
years
Chad.
ahead, or
so
it completely changes.
I will say that I did do daily vlogs of the NFPA convention in Boston. And that's what I am going to be doing going forward. Like I'll be doing it at NFPA this year. I've already NFPA this year in Las Vegas. I'll have some pretty cool stuff.
I'm going to be honest.
Hold on.
Can I be honest with you?
Hold on.
Whoa.
Hold up. NFPA
Oh
in
shit,
Vegas?
you're from Vegas. Hey,
bruh.
NFPA in Vegas. Woo!
When is this?
So I'm going to need a place to stay.
Hey, I got discounts on rooms, bro. Let me know.
Okay.
I sent you an invite, Sneed.
I got discounts on rooms. Let me know.
I'm going to be honest with you, Chris. I was waking up every morning and I was going to your Instagram and I was just hoping it would be like you with your fucking face walking around and in Austin, and I never got any of it, And so like that's what I want to do. I want to be like walking around just fucking live on Instagram.
No, you know what? And I get it. I do have a ton of footage. It was a very, very busy. So me, and if anybody out there knows Meyer Fire, the blog, the university, the training program, the free tools, the paid for tools, me and Joe Meyer, really good friends in the industry. I love the guy. I think he's doing big things in this industry from an engineering and design standpoint, as well as industry in general. But I spent a lot of time with him. I just kept telling the wife that me and Joe we're solving the world's sprinkler problems right now. Like we get there and we start like, this is what I think we need to do next. This is what we're doing next. This is what we're doing next.
Let's go.
That was when I was in Austin, Texas for those couple days. We set some pretty good goals for ourselves. So at NFPA next year, Bobby, if you don't attend in Vegas, expect to see more stuff like that. It is in Vegas in a month and a half.
I'll put my I'll put my 360 camera on my shoulder and just and blast it live the whole time.
So with all this coverages that we're talking about, it's coming up in the future. This year through your content, our content, together. How do you feel our industry moving once they see all this? Like they're not used to it before us.
Meyer Fire blogs come in clutch at times from Florencio.
The guy's incredible, and I can't say that because like I genuinely like the guy and he's a friend.
Meyer Fire is a great resource for designers.
Thank you for somebody else justifying it.
There's a bunch. There's a couple of them in the chats that listen.
Good.
What do you guys think the most industry-changing tool is? I would say probably the impact. And for me,
Oh,
like
for sure.
my career started, there was impacts. They had just
What are we
come out.
talking here? Are we talking history?
And he said, "What do you guys think the most industry-changing tool is?"
Okay,
Rigid
so we need
300.
clarification on if it's industry or in history.
History. What do you got? What are you thinking? You gotta
History grooves.
fly it
Grooves.
out.
It's got to be the
Grooves
groove
history.
coupling. It's got to be the
Yeah.
groove coupling.
Absolutely.
Groove
It's
coupling.
got to be. Yeah, it's got to
Oh,
be the
dude,
groove
yeah.
coupling.
Of
You got to
course, it
think
has to.
the groove coupling not only changed the way pipe is installed, it changed the way future pipe is installed. It changed the
Yep.
thickness of the pipe that we're installing. Because if it
Yep.
wasn't for the groove coupling, we'd still be using skid 40, skid 80, stuff like that.
Great question,
Groove
Ryan.
coupling allowed us to go to skid 10.
Yep.
Skid
Mhm.
7, but anybody who uses skid 7 is a dick.
I remember the first time I ever picked up 7. It was
Revit?
inch and a half.
Revit?
It
I don't
was
know
inch and a half, like
What's
10
Revit,
feet. And I
Carlos?
go to pick it up, and my arm just.
And we just had
I was like,
20.
what the
We just had
fuck is
20
this?
live viewers on YouTube. Then
Nice.
it dropped to 15. What's Revit? Is that a
So
design?
Revit is a design software, and I am trying to learn it. No, I mean, I can't say I'm trying to learn it. I have intentions to learn it. You draw everything in Revit in 3D, so everything is 3D modeled.
Okay.
So
Wow.
you're from a fitter standpoint, you're installing the system digitally,
Yeah.
right? So
It's
if you
awesome
get
for
a
pump rooms.
if you get a good model of the other trades on the field, you get HVAC, you get electrical, you get everything, and then you can work your way around. And there's some really, really good Steve Fredericks, a really good Revit designer, 3D modeler from Canada here as well. Like that guy will send you a prefabricated system to the point where your drops are pre-cut if you want them to be.
Woo.
You want
Oh, wow.
you want a bunch of rods that are, you need 7-inch rods. This is your location for 7-inch rods. That guy's he's a killer when it comes to 3D modeling.
Wow, that's cool. Yeah, the last job
Yeah.
I was able to zoom around on the
Incredible.
iPad and all right, so
Yeah.
we have Richard Sneed. He said, "Yo, Bobby, I'd love to join the Zoom for 5 and talk to both Chris's real quick." And that's a request that we don't get often, and so
That'd be cool. Sneed's really, really,
let's
really
see how
smart.
how the 5-way
Smart
does.
guy. There he
Yo,
is, in his porte cochere.
It is what?
It's French for garage or some shit. I don't know. He always says it.
Oh.
Porte Rocher is the like an overhang that you would pull your old horse and buggy underneath, and then
Of
What
course
do you
you
got,
know
Sneed?
that.
Can you hear us?
yes, of course.
It's probably in the
What do you
code
got,
book
Sneed?
somewhere.
It is an NFPA 13. It's the only reason I know.
I'd like to play the rim
Oh.
shot when you
I
guys are
think he's
laughing.
trying.
It's a game changer for coordinated projects. Schedule 10 pipe is a close second. Groove
Schedule- okay.
couplings.
So the only thing with skid 10 is the only reason skid 10 is used is because of the groove coupling. So
Mhm.
inherently, it has to be the groove coupling,
Okay.
I mean, that makes sense.
right? If it wasn't for, like, we would not be
Sure.
threading skid 10. Try it.
No.
See how
What do you
that
got?
works.
What do you got, Sneed? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you now, fellas. Sorry,
Hey, there
I'm
he
a
is.
little technologically impaired, whatever you call it.
Yeah, but you're
Welcome.
good with a wrench. That's
All
all that
right,
matters.
hit us with what you got, Sneed.
Well, okay. I said you're talking about the innovations in the industry. I lost it at the Revit part, the design basis.
Yep.
But we're going back to the groove couplings. Obviously that was before my time. That came in. It's been my whole career. So I thank God for them every day, though. Chris, Savannah's happy birthday, Chris. Yeah, hey man, it's been a while, but I'm gonna have to check out your podcast. That one you're talking about, the lithium ion fires. That is definitely a huge thing going on right now with the increased amount of them being produced every day. Obviously, that's something I'm gonna check your podcast out tomorrow when I go to work.
Oh, thank you, man. That's
Bobby,
really
Brian,
cool.
good seeing you guys.
Good seeing you, buddy.
Awesome. Good to see
Yeah.
you too, Sneed. Yeah, so we're coming down to Orlando, what I say, September 6th to the 10th?
Right.
And
Yeah, I definitely
yeah.
need to hook up with y'all for sure.
I'll send you
Yeah.
some messages. We'll see. Maybe
Absolutely.
we can sneak on one of your job sites. And if we do that meet and greet, you'll definitely have to be there.
Who do
I
you
think
Man.
August, September, I think I'll be doing a 4 or 6 story medical office building by then and wrapping up. I'm getting ready to do a food hall. It's like an 80-year-old building renovating, turning
Whoa.
over. So that one's gonna be a cool one.
That sounds cool.
I'm about to get a Viking alarm valve, 8-inch alarm valve from 1937. It says tied in Viking on it. Y'all be
Whoa.
I'll keep you.
Hey, what you bringing? You're gonna bring it
That's
home?
gonna happen within the next month or two. Hell yeah!
Oh, I want to send me a
Hell
picture.
yeah.
I want to send me a good picture of that. I want to see a
I
good
want to
picture of
see
that.
When I'll send you a picture on a messenger of it as is right now, and then when I get it, I'll send you another one.
Dude, this guy
Awesome.
has a fire. He has a fire pump controller in his garage.
Yeah, that's
Who does?
great. So does Shaggy.
Me.
Yeah, so do I.
There it is. Whoa.
Look at that.
I got a fire pump controller. I bet you I got something he doesn't have though.
What?
It's a never installed
A
super
podcast?
text valve. A podcast. Yeah, I got a podcast.
A podcast?
Do you ever work on the super text valves?
No, but I'm mostly new construction, man. I've been in the industry 27 years. I did service. Yeah, I did 27 years, or I did service for a few years, but it's been like 20 years. I've
Sorry
been
for the
pretty much
cash register. Super Tech Valve.
Yeah, super tech valve. It's an old super tex. So Supra Tex. Tex.
Super
But it's a
Tex?
Supra. Super
Supra,
tex?
like the car.
Supra? Like a
Yeah,
Toyota?
super tex. So it's a rate of rise and it
Supra
uses
or
like
Super?
Supra.
What's up, brah?
Yeah, Supra tex.
Oh shit!
What's up,
I keep
bro?
on every time I hit
Yeah.
enter, I play the fucking cash register. Supra? I don't think so.
So
I'm
for
going.
background,
I'm doing.
I'm in Orlando, Florida, and finding systems before, like pre-70s and 60s is very uncommon.
Maybe
So,
Supro.
and like I said, I'm
Supro. Super tex. Super tex.
mostly new construction.
How do you spell? How do you spell it?
Hey,
hold on, I'm
hey,
fine.
Chris Cervantes.
What up, brother?
Supro?
Hey, you know why I snuck in here, right? You know why I snuck in here, right?
Why?
I
Tell us.
don't know.
Hey, happy birthday, motherfucker!
My man, thank you.
The shotgun the beer.
My man.
Let's go.
That's what I'm talking about on a Thursday night, baby.
Appreciate it.
Hey,
Appreciate it, Sneed.
Hi.
Russ,
What's up, little man?
Tell me how to spell it.
Okay. Suprotex.
No, they can't hear you.
If it didn't weigh about
Yeah.
if it didn't weigh about 110 pounds, I'd run out to the garage and grab it.
Yeah.
Sprinkler valve?
I
Yeah.
can't find it.
Yeah, I can't find.
Yeah, it's just a
Oh,
video, baby.
Oh, it's older than dirt.
This little round thing?
Hey,
No. So
what?
that little round thing that you're probably looking at is the rate of rise device that was on it. So, 1/8-inch copper.
Text. I got an old nasty one here in the
You
corner.
guys talking about these?
No.
Oh.
Okay. Hey, where's Richard?
right here,
He's
brother.
down there.
You know Norman, Norm?
I give up.
Mizell, no sir, no.
Yeah.
I've
No,
heard
that
of
guy
him through
never-
the groups. I've heard of him through the groups, but I have not met up with him yet. No sir.
No?
Norm?
Okay. All right.
Norm
No, and I
hangs
think we
five.
got Don Sparks is another name that floats around. He's down here too, but I think he may be a little more south than me.
Both are probably two of the best people I've ever met in
Thanks
my
for
life.
joining, Ryan.
Norm is amazing. He actually hung pipe with my uncle in the early 2000s in
shit.
California. Yeah.
All right.
Jennifer says, "Woo, let's go."
Get on here. Go.
Agree. Ryan Whitley, what is the coolest building / room you have got to go into because of work? Like something that the public would never see. I piped heads in like radioactive rooms where they make chemotherapy or MRI rooms. What about you guys?
I've been
I've done a couple
into. I
MRIs.
did 3 months at a secured facility for the military.
Oh, I've been on an army base before where they got to check the truck every day with dogs on the way in.
I've been in a place, a military place, where they set off alarm, and then they kind of tell you where you are and that you're in a secured area, and then that lethal force is authorized.
I seen that
So
sticker. I seen that.
if you leave your person who's guiding you around, your escort, they will shoot you.
Oh wow. Yeah, there was marks on the ground that said like do not pass this line. We were at the Air Force Base.
And then I did the inspection, of course, after they moved out, but of where they designed and manufactured the F-22 Raptor. That's
Nice.
pretty cool.
How about you, Chris? Vegas.
Spruce Goose, where Aviator was built in Playa Vista, California. We did a 3-story Google inside that hangar. You remember that, right, Sneed?
I seen them pictures. That was badass,
Yeah,
bro.
I remember sending you those pictures. 110-foot boom lift.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Now, before
Sneed-
we go, I
Sneed's
wanted
known
to
me
hear
since I
about
joined the
where
trade.
are we at with the fire hoses, Chris? Can you
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about that?
So we have so many fire hoses. So for anybody that doesn't know or anybody that's still paying attention, I am currently doing a fundraiser for Camp Bucko, which is the burn camp for kids of Ontario. Bucko burn camp for kids of Ontario. The idea is that I've been collecting 1.5-inch fire hoses that have been taken out of service. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to break the world record for the longest stretch of 1.5-inch fire hose. While it did seem like a really good idea at the time, the existing world record was 63 kilometers, which I mean, I'm a Canadian guy, so kilometers, but I think that's shit. Let me grab my thing.
Eagle flaps.
It's a lot of I think it's probably like 38 or 39 miles or something like that. So right now I currently have enough to go 125 kilometers, which is about, I think, 75 miles, 76 miles, something like that. So
63 is 39.
oh man, that was a pretty good guess.
Yeah, you're pretty right on there.
So I have I have 125 kilometers, which I think is around 673 or 75 kilometer or miles of hose, which is a lot of hose.
A lot of hose.
77
you need a
miles.
lot of
A lot
help
of
getting
hose.
it, like logistically getting it, putting them together and getting a spot to put them right.
You're fucking right.
So you got
Sorry.
the hoses to break a record, but it's the logistics.
That's
I'm
right.
on
So
board, man. Yeah, I remember.
It's the logistics and the logistics, and it's the cash. So what I want to do is I have a good amount of donations in right now, but I want more. I don't want to go and be like, here's $1,000. I broke a world record. I want to go in and be like, here's $50,000. I broke a world record. So I have somewhere in the neighborhood of 6,500 fire hoses that are ready to go, and I would like them all to be sponsored at a cost of $20 a hose. So, no, I ain't profiting off this at all. Every dollar that comes in when you purchase the hose goes directly into a separate account that's just going to be cut for a check for Camp Bucko.
FireSprinklerPodcast.com, and you go to laying it down for Camp Bucko.
Chris, I'm sorry to interrupt, but
all good.
So it's not the logistics of putting them together and finding the spot to put them together. It's the financial you need sponsors.
Yeah, well, it is 1,000% the logistics as well. I'm delaying this. I won't say as long as I can, but
Yeah, triple that record, bud. Sounds like you got it doubled.
Yeah, so like I was saying, if you go to FireSprinklerPodcast.com and you click the laying it down for Bucko, Camp Bucko link, you can buy a hose for $20. Sponsor a hose for $20. Or buy 5 hoses, whatever you want to do.
Buy
100. So those hoses, do they stay at camp or what?
So no, not at all. So if you actually, I do have the option if you do want to keep your hose, because all the hoses are going to be stamped and serial numbered. So I don't know if I can share my screen or anything like that.
I forgot. I got
a picture.
I got like hose number 250. You gonna share your screen?
I don't know. Maybe if I can find the shit to show.
You don't,
but so
77 miles of hose. That shit is just crazy. You're gonna go zigzag?
So I'm still trying to work that out, because if you think of 75 miles straight run, so big ass straight and run.
Just dump it out of the 18-wheeler.
Is that? Yeah, I was gonna say, man. So many
Open
questions,
the door
bro.
out.
This is
Open the
half the
door out of the
reason
18-wheeler.
Well, they
you
got
can
to
do
be
half
connected.
of parking, run down and come back, run down and come back.
So I do have a couple facilities that have said we want to partner up with you. Seneca College, which is a school of fire protection engineering, said that they would love to partner up with me, and I could use their campus and just kind of wrap the block. They have like a city block in downtown Toronto. But in a perfect world, if I could get linked up with the right people in downtown Toronto, there's a couple other opportunities that I would like to entertain, and that would be starting at the Sky Dome, which is where the Blue Jays play baseball. And I'd like to start at home plate and then go across the walkway, which is where the CN Tower, which is the tallest freestanding building in North America, not in the world anymore, but the tallest freestanding building in North America, go up the CN Tower, down the CN Tower. I would then have the world record for the tallest stretch of 1.5 fire hose.
Oh, that's
Right?
pretty cool. Yeah.
And then from there, well, there's my camera again. And then from there, I would go into an aquarium, which is right next door, which is called Ripley's Aquarium. Now, some people don't know that Ripley's Aquarium owns the Guinness Book of World Records. So not Ripley's Aquarium, but Ripley's, believe it or not, owns the Guinness Book of World Records now. So partnering with them, I think, is an easy, very easy kind of tie-in. Go through the aquarium, get some really cool shots of me rolling fire hose next to a shark, and then go out. There's a brewery. There's a brewery in the same neighborhood. Partner up with them, get a couple beverages, roll some hose through the brewery, and then go back to where the Blue Jays play baseball and finish it up at home plate. That's a perfect world. That's how I'll do it.
Loop it around the city. I might come up and help you connect them, but I don't know if I want to help take them apart.
Dude, I would love to. I would volunteer, pay all my airfare, hotel, and everything. I would love to join in on that. That'd be awesome. And
listen, I am absolutely not going to turn down anybody.
High-rise applications. Let's go.
Yeah, let's do it.
Awesome.
So
Hey,
we need to get out. We need to get this out there and promote it. And we got to get some more sponsors, more folks in. And
that's it.
Go get a hose. Hoses.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. There's a pretty big sprinkler fitter group.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hit up those sprinkler fitter groups on Facebook.
We're getting right here to the end. Sneed, thank you for calling in, bro. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, man. Come and
Appreciate
hang
y'all.
out, man. That was awesome.
Have a good night, dude.
You're really punctual with the shutting her down at 10 o'clock, eh?
Well, I didn't shut it down yet. I just booted Sneed so we could have the four-way because it was a little bit blurry with the 5. But thank you everybody for joining, and if you could go to and sponsor a hose, that would be helpful. As always,
Absolutely.
like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. If you can't watch it live, you listen while you drive on Spotify. I don't know if you guys want to give last-minute advice to the apprentices.
Go for it.
No? Give it a little.
Last.
Huh? Show up on time and don't talk about the last foreman you worked with, all right?
Same thing I said earlier.
Have your channies in your pocket at all times.
But
And
take
ask
them out before
questions.
you get in the truck.
And
Yeah,
ask
don't poke a hole in the
questions.
seat. Ask questions or don't ask questions.
Ask questions. Don't just stand there looking like an idiot while I'm
Thank you,
working.
Sneed.
And then the next day when I tell you, all right, get up on that ladder, you're doing what I did yesterday and look confused. Ask as many questions as possible because you need to learn, and I don't need you going to another foreman not knowing shit, looking like a slapdick.
That's good.
And take advantage of
Soak everything in.
Because your apprentice is a direct reflection of you.
Yeah. Soak everything in.
100%.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
There is no such thing as dumb questions. Just ask away. Just ask.
It might be dumb, but it's still worth asking.
There is dumb questions, but I mean, I'll laugh and make fun of you, but then I'll answer it.
What do you got, Bri?
Yeah, I think I hear this excuse so much. Like I'll talk to an apprentice and they'll be like, "Oh, well, I'm gonna get my level 1 night set or whatever certification." I said, "Well, go get it." Like, what? I don't understand what's stopping you. Oh, well, the company said that they're gonna pay for it and send me and stuff like that. I was like, no. Take initiative and go get it. Plus, look at this scenario. You go get it yourself. You no longer have, a reason. I would say that let me put it this way. You are more in a bargaining position.
Because now you have a one up.
Now
You went
you
and
have a
got it
level
on your
one.
own.
The company did not
Absolutely.
pay for it. You went on yourself to go get it. You don't owe the company anything.
Personal
You know?
accountability and integrity. That's a good one.
Absolutely.
That's a good one. What do you think, Chris?
Starting off, leave your feelings at the door.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Put
Or
them in
else you're
the
not
put
going to
them in the
last.
glove box. I usually tell them.
Yeah, leave your feelings at the door because you're in number one, you're in one of the most honorable skill trades that you could possibly be in. You're in life safety. Do not underestimate the fact that the system that you're working on potentially is going to save a life. So don't think it's just fucking pipe and fittings. This is fire protection. This is life safety. Everything that you do while you're on that job site potentially has the possibility of saving somebody's life. And that's something that is, I think, overlooked in our trade a lot is, get up, go to work, go home. Obviously the family's important and stuff like that, but that shit that you do from 7 o'clock till 4 or from 6 to 3 or whatever your hours are, this is the stuff that is potentially gonna save somebody's life. So do not underestimate and do not half-ass what a lot of people have put. I've devoted my entire life to this trade, and when I hear people kind of half-ass in this job, I'll fight you.
Personally.
Fucking do it right.
Take pride in what
Take
you
pride.
do.
Do it right. Well
If you're
said.
gonna,
Take pride.
if you're
because
gonna
all-
protect
like you
if you're
said-
gonna protect somebody, protect them right, right? Like
Try
if
the
you're
slow
gonna
clap.
protect them right.
Absolutely. And my father told me that all the time.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you
Take
have to. This
pride.
is life safety, son. You have to pay attention.
And,
You look
and
back
that
at
comes,
it.
You have to be
that
right.
comes with any type of thing you're doing in this trade, whether it's new construction, TI, even inspections. Pay attention to what the hell you're inspecting.
Yeah.
Because just think of it like you're in a hospital and you see corroded heads. All right, well, what if that was your parents in that room and something happens to that corroded head? Like,
Yeah.
you got to think of it that way. We're not plumbers. We're not framers. We're not painters. We're not window guys. Like, we're the reason why a family dies or a family lives if they're asleep and a fire kicks in.
Yeah. Write your name and phone number on every piece of pipe you're gonna put in, so that if somebody has a problem with the way you put it in, they can call you.
And that'll
Yeah.
make you put it in fucking right.
If you're not willing to put your name and I'm not saying write your name and phone
Yeah.
number on every stick of
But
pipe,
if you
I
weren't
mean,
willing to,
if you ain't willing to put away that somebody can get a hold of you on a piece of pipe, fucking don't do
Yeah.
it.
Go be a plumber.
pretend like you're always on camera.
Absolutely.
You'll be on your best behavior.
That's it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
All right,
So
this was
on
great.
Tuesday,
Oh, we got episode
we
50.
have- episode 50 on Tuesday.
Man, you guys are catching up.
Brian's
Isn't that
dad.
crazy? That's my dad. Yeah.
I'll have to make like
He's
a list
coming
of
up, man.
questions. Let
I'm
me list of
psyched.
questions. I'm gonna have to ask him like questions about you that might be embarrassing or something.
Drill man come from the industry?
Yeah, I'm second generation.
Nice. Okay.
Pops the fitter, baby. Let's go.
He's a fitter too, eh?
Yeah,
But you got into sales.
I did. He's in sales now, but he was in management. He was in inspections. So something
I'm-
he's never done, which he wanted me to do, which I'm glad. He really kind of paved the way in my direction, and it's helped me so much. Like he would put me in somewhere, and it would be strategic because he saw where he was missing through his years in inspection. He's like, "Oh, you need to go here and do this. You need to go do this. Before you go over here, you need to learn how to do this."
Guided you, young grasshopper.
Yeah, and I just listened to him the whole way, and it got me to where I am now.
Good show, fellas. Dope and Tapes, California representative signing off. Aren't you in Mexico? Cali? I never know where fucking Chad is. He's always on vacation, that guy.
Yeah,
Bobby.
I was on vacation.
Bobby, I'm gonna text you a bunch of questions that I want you to ask his dad, mainly about being a fitter. How do you feel about your son going into sales?
Yeah, hit me in
So
the
he
DMs with
never-
all the
he never
questions you
did
guys want me
any-
to hit.
Like he never did any pipe fitting. He went straight into inspections. So it was
Okay.
sales. It was sales and inspection. So the position, the way that the company, well, I believe he was somewhere else first doing fire alarm. I don't know. This is like my first.
Night
It's been a
shift
long
gang.
career, but he told me that I needed to learn how to fix things before I know how to inspect things.
Mm-hmm. Well, before
And
you know how to fix
That
them, you got to know how
makes
to break
sense.
them.
right, yeah. And then he also told me, when I was ready to get in it, he said, "Well, you're not coming to work with me. You're not coming in as Todd's son. You got to go over here and work at this company." He did put me with a foreman that he knew at another company, but he wouldn't let me come work with him until I got the
Damn.
hang of things.
Pops is a hard ass, huh?
Yeah.
I went right under my dad's wing. Fucking snuck right up in there and went to sleep.
Yeah, I was
He said, "Earn your stripes, son."
sorting sprinklers with my grandfather at the shop when I was 4 years old. Red
Whew.
bulb, red bulb, blue bulb, green bulb. That's how we learned our. That's how us Logans learned our colors.
Oh man, that's awesome.
That is great. This has been a great show. Appreciate you coming on last minute. We
Yeah,
invited
thank you
Chris
Yeah,
so
on
man.
much.
last
Thanks.
minute.
Yeah, thanks for showing up.
It was great.
Hey, man. Yeah, absolutely.
It's like, what do you do?
So,
8:45. I'm like, what are you doing? It's like, well, I'm turning my computer on.
That's literally what I
so
said. I guess I'm setting my shit up.
hey,
Appreciate it,
Chris.
bro.
So are you going to be in Vegas the whole entire convention or what?
So because I help out with a concert in my area, I'm pretty sure I'm probably flying out Thursday morning,
The
which
first day?
kind yeah, not the first, it's the that's the day that all the voting for NFPA comes on. So um I've got a couple conversations that I got to make because that I got to have before I make my decision and book my flights, but I'll be there either Sunday or Monday until Thursday, either evening or morning, because the bands load in on Thursday. So I either got to be there
Gotcha.
or I got to explain to guys that I'm not going to be there to load in bands.
Gotcha. Oh, let me know,
Yeah.
man. I'll go check it out. I guess I just looked. It's at Mandalay Bay.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think the expo is, I don't know if it costs anything to go to the expo. Obviously, going to the seminars and the the forums and stuff like that cost money. But
Yeah.
I can't remember if the expo is
You
free
do
or not.
inspections over there, Chris?
No, Mandalay Bay.
You know someone that can get you in?
I think statewide's over there.
You
No.
got the
What do
in
you
in?
how about the Bellagio? Because I've heard some pretty sweet rumors about the Bellagio, and
About what?
I'd like some I have heard that all right. I have heard that the water fountain, the famous Bellagio
Yep.
fountain, I
There's
have
fire
heard that
pumps underneath it.
fucking A. Okay, so that is fire water, and if there's a fire, the fountain shut down, and that fountain is
Yes,
fire
that's
water.
true.
Okay,
That's
thank you.
true.
Confirmation. All right, that's cool.
That's 100% true.
Now, can we schedule the fire pump test for sometime during the NFPA convention so that I can witness?
That would be cool.
You know what? Actually, not there, but there should be a good fire pump test around that time.
Ooh.
And I could talk to my boss about scheduling it. And it's going to be a phone
Damn, now
system.
I'm getting
And
FOMO. I'm getting FOMO.
it's
Yeah,
going to be
me
a
too,
phone
man.
system, and this
Jeez.
should be the third
Bastards.
year, so
What's
it
the
should
date? What's the
actually
dates?
we should actually have to flow foam if I'm correct.
Stay out of this, Bobby. This is my content.
You bastard. NFPA in Vegas is June 19th to the 23rd. All right.
Mind your business, Bobby. Mind your business.
There's the timeshare that I have in Orlando is actually they have a location in Vegas too.
What's it called?
Let's fucking
Westgate.
go, baby.
Westgate.
Yeah, Westgate. They got one in Vegas.
Yeah. We're actually bidding on that property right now
Damn. All right.
because their 5 years are due.
June 19th to the 23rd. I'm going to the Cape. I'm going to the Cape in June.
Bobby's
Come
unavailable.
on down.
I'm gonna be in the Cape. I think I'm in the
Chris,
Cape that week.
If you need a discount on rooms, let me know, Chris.
I always need a discount on rooms. I'm not saying I'm cheap, but
Oh, it saves money.
All right,
Your
that's
money.
it. We're signing off of this. Definitely listening live next Tuesday. Yeah, with Brian's dad. Episode 50 gonna be great.
This will
Shut
be
her
awesome.
down.
I'm excited.
Thank you guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. We appreciate it. Appreciate you
Thank
guys
you
for coming
guys.
on.